Hello, today is Wednesday, January 24th, 2018. My name is Daniel Mullaney. Behind the camera is Danielle Johnson, and we are filming a video source inspection for Sitek Process Solutions. Today we'll be viewing a fully refurbished 870S semi-tool spin rinser dryer, upgraded with our Slick Device S1 controllers. This customer is located in the northeast region of the United States, and their PO number starts with 1085P and ends with 6889. It's quite a long PO number, so I think you can identify by those two numbers. There's not too much room in here today because we're trying to finish up quite a few rinser dryers, and we have even more in the queue. So I'm going to step to the back to explain or to describe our serial number, and it is SRD-01042. So this tool has been fully refurbished by Sitek. This customer also specifically requested an additional set of new parts to be included for their processing needs. These new parts would start with a new bowl. If you take a look inside of here, this bowl has got the high polished finish and is built new. There'll also be the new anti-static modules located in the top left corner, which provide a static discharge to the chamber at the end of each cycle to ensure no particles are attracted afterwards. It includes new N2 filters, which are typical on all of our tools, new ACR valves, and new rotors. Right now we only have some standard 6-inch rotors in this tool. The customer's custom rotors are currently on back order and will arrive here from the EP shop within another few days. But we want to get this video source inspection filmed and the acceptance rolling so we can make this shipment. So before we get started, we'll take a look at our Slick Device S1 controller. The top controller I already just programmed to what we expect, so I'm going to use the bottom controller to give a brief demonstration of how we can use some of the features. So first, let's take a look at recipe design. Taking a look on here, you can see that it shows what the rinse, purge, dry 1, and dry 2 time and RPM are. What we'll do is let's go ahead and change this recipe. Everything I like here except the rinse is a bit long for our demonstration purposes. So what we'll do is go to recipes. Password is 0000. That can be updated, but that is our standard password. And now we can change recipes. So first I just want to show you can quickly go between recipes by just pressing the up and down buttons. We're about to get through all 15 right there. 15 recipes, there's 16 recipes. Now we're showing our auto cycle recipe, which can be programmed if you're in auto cycle or when your auto cycle runs. There's a second auto cycle, a third auto cycle, fourth, depending on what your needs are, and we get back to the beginning. So there are 16 recipes as well as 4 auto cycle recipes. And now if you want to adjust any of them, you simply click on the item you want to adjust. In our case, it'll be the rinse time. We're going to change that to 30 seconds and then enter. And that'll take you through, allowing you to change any of the functions. You simply type and press enter. And then when you're done, the last step is save. You'll see it sort of flash to reset right there, and that's how you know the recipe is saved. We'll go back to the process, and as you can see here, our recipe 1 has been saved. You can quickly change from different recipes and auto cycles on here, just as I did before. Now let's take a look at some of the other features that provide a lot of benefit for this tool. First, we have an enhanced alarm screen. This alarm screen will show if any of these alarms happens during your process cycle or an idle. If you have a pressure problem, an RSP upright problem, a bowl heater issue, a door failure. For example, if we open the door, we actually have to try to start the tool. So I'll open the door and press start. There we go. Oh, sorry, this is on the top head. The top head acknowledged it. Sorry, I'll do it on the bottom head right now so you can see. I'm going to clear the top head. Okay, now back to the bottom. I open the door, now I'll press start. Oh, that was reset. What? Oh, it won't let me start when the door is open because it knows not. So I open the door, Press start. So sorry, I was trying to start when in an alarm screen, and the controller does not allow that. You have to be at the main screen to start. So I just tried to start while in our main screen, and I get an error code. Door is open, starting normal cycle. So I close the door, which is fine. We're going to acknowledge. Now we're going to see that our alarm has an error there. That lets you know that there was an alarm that occurred at some point between the last time you're at the tool and now. We open it up, and we see door is open. So we'll go ahead and clear that alarm because our condition is now cured, and we'll go back to process. So you'll see that with all the different alarms, you can identify what the real problem was visually and intuitively. We're now going to come to our menu screen, and I'll show you a couple items on here as well. You can do your typical recipe design, which we've already shown. You can do settings, auto cycle, some cleaning functions, your alarms, a lot of which you can explore a little bit more. What we're going to go into, though, is manual mode. This will show you, basically, it's a warning screen saying you can hurt yourself if you do not use these manual commands properly. That would be manually starting the motor with your hand in the chamber, that sort of thing. So make sure you're always safe when using manual mode. From here, we can now manually actuate many items here. You can go from individual valves right here. Let's try N2 dry. You can hear the chamber blowing the N2. Turn that off, and any other item on here. Now let's go check the sensors. So you can see if the 20 psi sensor is met and the condition, the current state of the heater blanket process switch as well. You can tell if your switch is shut or stuck open or closed. Heaters and anti-static. So now we can turn on heaters to see the milliamp rating. So we can see that heater's in range. The anti-static unit is within range. The bowl heater is within range. So this will actually also predict if your heaters are going bad, and they'll give you alarms if you don't meet a certain amp criteria. Next we have motor and tach. We won't be using this one right now because I don't want to spin the motor without setting everything here, but you can essentially calibrate and spin the motor to troubleshoot that aspect. And resistivity, and lastly in all manual mode. Here you can run sort of a mixture of all the other ones. You can't go as in-depth as any of those one screens, but you can cover about 80% of the bulk all in one look. This really is my favorite maintenance troubleshooting screen, and one that is likely going to be used many times by your your maintenance teams over the years. Okay, so we're going to head back to the process now. And back to what you expect your rinser dryer to be doing, which is simple spin, rinse, drying, and N2 heating. So take a look. First chamber is good to go. We'll go ahead and press start. See, you'll see the screen change now, and it will show you exactly what valve is on, what's actuating, how long before the end of that certain step, and how long that step was in the very beginning. We'll go ahead and start the other one now too. Now we have both heads running correctly. And let's move the camera closely on this top head assembly here, or this top controller. You'll see it switch over from rinse step to purge. There we go. And see, you can see the valves and actuators have actually changed there. And now we're in dry one. And you get a nice visual representation of what's actually occurring inside your tool at the time. So to discuss the tool in a little bit more detail with respect to the refurbishment process that Sitek Process Solutions provides, every tool refurbished by Sitek goes through the same extensive rebuild process. First, we'll take a rinser dryer and we will break it down to the component level. From there, we'll individually test all components for function, chemically clean and electropolish all metal parts, and individually inspect all of the poly and replace it as necessary to ensure that your tool comes arriving inside and out in a like new condition. Once all the parts have been prepped, we will build the SRD up to the form and configuration requested by the customer. In this case, that form and configuration is a double stack, 6-inch capable S model with Sitek slick device controllers. Once the single head assemblies have been built and then subsequently configured into our double stack configuration, we will go bring it into our final test area, which is where we are now. Once in final test, we will send the tool through a variety of process, replication, I'm at a loss for words right now, but essentially we will mimic the fab environment by sending it through a variety of process recipes and using different rotors and running at different RPMs to ensure that whatever your process is runs properly when it arrives on site. In addition to selling 100% refurbished, like-new rinser dryers, Sitek also offers that service for your existing rinser dryers. Send us a tool in and we will refurbish it and return it in like-new condition, just like this one is right here. On top of refurbishments, we also have 100% of spare part and service support for the rinser dryer. That will include all spare parts such as motors, amps, controllers, heater blankets, N2 heaters, tack sensors, rotor stop positioners, door seals, windows, and any other part you might need. We also have every service required to keep your tool up and running. That would be motor repairs, controller repairs, amp repairs, rotor rebalancing, polywork, or any other service that you might need. Sitek is the one-stop shop for all of your semi-tool spin rinse dryer needs. Taking a look back at our tool now, which is quite exciting as it does its dry to cycle, it is still spinning away. And as you can see, the controller is showing. You may notice that the bowl heater goes yellow and green, yellow and green. It sort of lets you know how it's oscillating on and off as it responds to the process switch that adheres onto it. And again, it gives you a great visual representation of exactly what is going on with your tool at the time, as well as giving you an understanding of where you are in the process that you've designed in. So while we wait for the last 2 minutes of dry time, I will quickly discuss some of the other products that Sitek offers. First, we offer custom cassettes and inserts for your tools. Essentially, we can take any substrate, design a custom cassette around it, and design a rotor for it and use it in a rinser dryer. These cassettes can also mimic Integris features and will be designed to work with your existing wet bench robotics. We also offer a variety of refurbished equipment such as HTC box washers, mask cleaners, metrology tools such as profilometers, ellipsometers, thin film measurement tools, resistivity tools, flatness tools, and a variety of others. We also offer vapor prime ovens such as the typical YES ovens, and barrel ashers and etchers. And lastly, a variety of microscopes. To see our full product listing, please visit our website at www.sitekprocess.com. All right, we have about 20 seconds left of dry time on the top head assembly. Taking a peek inside, it looks like the bowl is quite dry and the substrate should be ready for the next step in your manufacturing process. Okay, process complete, okay to open door. It'll tell you exactly the recipe that was performed. You do not have to hit acknowledge, even though you're allowed to. Our substrates are dry and the cassette is warm and we're ready for the next step of manufacturing. You take a look in the bowl and it is almost completely dry with just a slight amount of residual water left. That is how we know that this recipe was designed properly, and the chamber will have the best dry to particle count ratio. Taking a look at the bottom head assembly now. Got a tiny bit more water left in this one, but again, the substrates are perfectly dry and the cassette is warm, letting us know that we had a well-designed recipe and the SRD, or the wafers, are ready for the next step in your manufacturing process. So, I'd like to thank you for taking the time to view our source inspection today. Again, my name is Daniel Mullaney, and helping me is Danielle Johnson. This tool was rebuilt by Sitek Process Solutions, and if you have any more questions, please give us a call at 916-797-9000, and to reach me directly, dial extension 2201. Thank you very much, and have a nice day.